Were you the good child? The one who never caused trouble? The one who stayed quiet? The one everyone praised? You were mature, responsible, easy, but no one ever asked what it cost you. You weren't being good. You were being careful. Careful not to disappoint. Careful not to be a burden. Careful not to lose love. Somewhere along the way, you learned something dangerous. Love must be earned. And from that moment, you stopped being a child. You became a performance. You felt angry, but stayed silent. You felt hurt, but smiled. You needed help, but said, "I'm fine." You learned to shrink your emotions so other people could feel comfortable. And slowly, your mind accepted this belief: my feelings don't matter. Now as an adult, you struggle to say no. You overthink everything. You feel guilty for resting, because deep down, you still think your worth depends on how useful you are. You're terrified of making mistakes, not because you're weak, but because mistakes once meant disappointment, and disappointment once meant distance. So now you chase perfection. You overwork, you overachieve, you overgive. Yet somehow, it never feels like enough. You say yes when you want to say no. You help even when you're exhausted. You take responsibility for emotions that aren't yours, because being needed feels safer than being rejected. But constantly proving your value is not love. It's survival. You don't open up easily. You handle things alone. You became independent, not because you wanted to, but because you had to. You learned that vulnerability was risky, that your sadness was inconvenient, that your anger was too much. So you built strength, but you never built safety. On the outside, you look strong, successful, reliable, mature, but inside, you're tired. Tired of being the strong one. Tired of holding everything together. Tired of pretending you're okay. And the hardest part? People still expect you to be the strong one. But here's the truth. You were just a child. You deserved love without conditions. You deserved comfort without earning it. You deserved to be messy, loud, emotional, human. Being easy should never have been your responsibility. Healing begins when you stop performing, when you say no without explaining, when you rest without guilt, when you allow yourself to disappoint others instead of abandoning yourself. You are not responsible for everyone's happiness. You are allowed to take up space. If you were the good child, you are not broken. You are not weak. You were adapting. You survived the only way you knew how. But now, you don't have to survive anymore. You can start living. And this time, you don't have to earn your place.